Alrighty, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Oh, cool. Everything's up. Let's see. My bitrate is bidding. Making sure everything's good. Y'all, I am so nervous because I'm like using my Wi-Fi. I'm not using like my Ethernet cable. Because I want to see like how much of a difference there is. And like I've used my Wi-Fi in the past before, but it's been storming all day. Casual. Oh my god. Hi, Varsity. Hi, how are you doing? Theo, welcome in. Hello, everybody. Oh my god, y'all are unhinged already. I literally just got here. Chill on me. I hope everyone's having a pretty chill Saturday evening. I haven't been this impatient excited as long as in a long time, and I'm not handling it well. Oh yeah, because you have the convention soon, right? I was casually like, I wanted to beat Stream Element's ass before I went live, so like I was casually like playing the intro fighters. And I think I like briefly saw your message about the convention coming up. So like I was in and out of chat kind of. Yes, I'm gonna wear the ball gown for several hours. It's gonna be so exciting. You got this. But y'all, looking all laid back and handsome and shit, please. I was gonna put on like actual clothes and I was just like, nah. Y'all, so like I posted in Discord, but I'm gonna tell y'all here because me and my husband watched Nope. I've been meaning to watch it for the longest time, and I was like, hey, you know, our daughter is at his mom's house today. How about we watch a movie? And I was like, we gotta watch Nope. We literally have seen every Jordan Peele film together since Get Out. Like Get Out dropped, we watched it together. We watched Us. We watched now Nope. Like we watch all of them together. We watch Candyman together. And I think my favorite thing about it is that, you know, because he is white and I am black, watching Jordan Peele films together gives an interesting dynamic and like take on how his films, I guess, are read by two different audiences. Because I went to go watch Get Out with him. Boy, howdy. He was like, I know the signs. I'm like, do you? 'Cause I'm about to tell you 17 you just missed. Like, it was good. But Nope was so good. I'm not gonna like spoil it. I know some people still need to see it. It is on Amazon, and I want to say it's also on Peacock. I know Amazon currently has it. But like every time we watch a Jordan Peele film, I swear to God, it feels like I get homework. Because me and my husband are both just like, okay, shoe, car key, horses, pig on the roof. What does it mean? What'd you get for answer number 17? Was G even an option? Oh my God, I'm failing. Like, it is a lot of going back and rewatching and catching the different things you missed. And we watched the movie, we got to the end of the movie, and then we literally spent like 2 hours after the movie just going back and going, hey, did you catch this? No, run it back real quick. No, right there, pause. Yeah, no, this scene was fucked up. Mute it, but I want to watch it again. I just don't want to hear it. Uh-huh. Oh, you see, okay, so we're both in it. Okay, now, go back to the... No, what happened in this scene? No, Pat, halfway through, right here. Oh shit, I didn't even catch that the first time. Hold on. Like, that was just us for 2 hours, and then we started watching Unsolved Mysteries to decompress. Because I was like, ooh, that was a lot. That was good, though, but it was a lot. Let's see. I'm gonna take the train. All will see my amazingness. I have lost all sense of calm, send help. No. Embrace the chaos. Embrace the excitement. Because your ball gown looks fucking good, and everyone deserves to see it. But, oh yeah, Theo, I did stretch and drink water off camera. I saw it and I got everything. Thank you, but also I need sleep. I mean, I guess. I mean, you're not wrong. But like, I would say live in the excitement for a little bit longer and then get some rest, you know? Embrace it, enjoy it, get used to it. Harness it. And then go to bed. Nope is amazing for real. Peele has been making bangers movie left and right. No, he really has. And like, fortunately, I also recently burnt through all of my Interview with the Vampire. The TV series, not the movie. Oddly enough, I tried watching the movie, and the original movie I couldn't get past. There's a scene that was just really traumatic, and I was just like, I'm good, bro. But the TV series, I was like, oh my God. We black and gay and vampires? Go on ahead, hit play. But I really want to talk about Interview with the Vampire while I crochet tonight, because I never read the book. I watched part of the original series to kind of understand, or I watched the original movie to kind of understand what the series is going to be based off of. But the TV series was completely, I can't say completely different. I think because they made Louis, the vampire that's like, you know, in the interview, originally played, I think, by Brad Pitt, they made him a black man. And they changed the narrative and dynamic of Louis and Lestat together, because you have this French-European vampire who turns a black man into a vampire. A Louisianan. Okay? Talking New Orleans. They turn him into a vampire through a series of desperate and unfortunate events. And I like the change. I like Louis' change in perspective and overall dynamic of him being a vampire. Lestat is gonna be Lestat. He's a dramatic ass gay boy, just doing too much. You turn a white person to a vampire, you gonna have the same issues, but now he don't die easily. You know, like, it's the same issues, just internal. But a black man into a vampire is different. So let's discuss. Let's crochet. Let's discuss Interview with the Vampire while I crochet. I will definitely say, like, as I discuss this tonight, as I craft, trigger warning for potential, well, I can't say potentially, very much so, abusive relationships, both mentally and physically, domestic violence, and I would say to a weird degree, I don't want to call it grooming, but like in in the vampiric sense, if the person who turns into a vampire is like 180, and you're literally in your 50s, or not even 50s, you're in your early, like your late 20s, early 30s, emotional manipulation, um, narcissistic behavior, like there's a lot of different things. Like it's very much the dynamic of being stuck in a relationship that you're trying to get out of, but you have like a supernatural aspect of it. So all those trigger warnings, I'm not gonna be super like, I'm never like super like, detailed in like the scenes that happen, but I appreciate the dynamic of the show and I want to talk about it. 'Cause I thought about making a stitch and bitch about it, and I was just like, no, because the show's actually good. I just find it interesting how these aspects are written from the perspective of, I want to say, a white woman and a white man, and then changed for our audience of a black man living in the South and having to deal with racism, and now he has vampire abilities. Yeah. Fairy boy, welcome in. How are you doing? I'm gonna be crocheting. Well, I'm gonna be caking up some yarn first because I made another hat. I have a problem. I keep making ruffle hats. I refuse to stop. Like, I refuse. Merked? You want to see Jean-Claude? So, Jean-Claude is my super awesome, super massive zombie dick. The toxic dick you can't quit. He died during the zombie apocalypse, and he rises again. Just glitched so hard to sound like you said, femboy, not fairy boy. Oh my god. But yes, he has an embroidered vein and angry eyes. Look at his angry eyes. He's also very squishy. He's very, very massive, very large. My favorite. Well, don't tell. I have many favorites. I'm feeling a bit better than earlier today. That's good. But not the angry zombie dick emote. Yo, I love taking these days out. Because, like, they're so squishy. I kind of, like, I want to make more, but I also don't. I feel like because I made them once and, like, never again is why I love them so much. Because they're a one and done. Rarely are my projects one and done. But yeah, let's get into formation. Into my little safety bubble here. And now let's go ahead and pop over here. Let's get to a crafting. All right, so Interview with the Vampire, the TV series, was a, I guess, updated version of the movie Interview with the Vampire that originally had, God, I don't remember. I think it's Brad Pitt and, is it DiCaprio? No. The guy from Mission Impossible. I can't remember his name right now. I just know he's a Scientologist and he's really short. No shade to my short kings and queens. It's just, he made Tom Cruise. Thank you. Tom Cruise plays Lestat and delivers all of the, I guess, pent up gay rage and white inferiority, but now doomed to an eternal body of being a vampire in the original movie. I didn't, like I said, I didn't watch all the way because there's a scene that was just like, it really triggered me. Because, like, you know, vampires, I don't know what is about vampire movies that are always just like, ooh, let's start back in old times, like in the South with slaves and stuff. I'm just like, why are y'all like this? Every time we get an old ass, white ass vampire, aren't y'all gallivanting about in France? What the fuck my people gotta deal with y'all? So yeah, so it's like a really traumatic scene, and I just like washed my hands of the whole movie. I was like, I'm good, bro. I don't need to see two gay white vampires figure out like, you know, their marital issues. And I don't know, be racist. Like, I was just like, I'm not hanging out. But when I saw Interview with the Vampire updated as a AMC TV show, the person that gets to be, the vampire that gets to be interviewed, Louis, that was originally played by Brad Pitt, is played by a black man. And it caught my attention because I was like, okay, this could be either more traumatic or it could be less traumatic. I'm not really sure. But like, what got me is that there was a clip that was shared on TikTok. And basically, the show is very, they use so many words. It's very, I use the term flowery, like, you know, flowers and everything. Like, the general language and, like, verbiage is very, uh over the top and fluffy, you know? Like they could easily say, hey, this happened, but like they use a lot of different words to kind of describe what happens, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think it's just more of a aesthetic for how the book and the movie and the writing wanted to be, versus this is annoying. But yeah, poetic, that's a good word for it. It's very poetic, very wordy, but like it makes sense, but also like don't try to process the 3 paragraph of the sentence they just said. A voice in me where the stat flips out and Louis, no, listen, because like, so Louis is like, you know, played by this black man who is living in New Orleans, and you know, obviously, you know, him and his family, you know, they ain't got a whole lot, but like he's making it work, and he has a brother who's obviously on the spectrum, but because like, you know, they're black in the South in like I think the 19 something, basically people still saying colors only, or no colors allowed and everything. So it's like, you know, well, not really it's still problematic South, but like more problematic South. But like the thing with the show that caught my attention was I saw a snippet on TikTok, and it was basically Louis already turned to a vampire, and I can hear your hearts dancing. Yeah. It's basically a clip of Louis, the black man, who's now, you know, full-fledged vampire, and he's running this business. He runs like, you know, essentially a brothel, you know, and he runs a brothel under the guise of a hotel, but everyone knows what it is. But he's like, you know, on paper, let's just say it's not anything suspicious. So this music is very upbeat. I wanted more chill vibes. Hold on, we're just awake all of a sudden. Hello. There we go. But yeah, so at some point, the snippet makes its way onto TikTok, and basically it's Louis, the black man who's now a vampire, being talked to by this, I guess like contractor and everything. He's telling him about what kind of upgrades he wants, what kind of upgrade he is looking at, how he's going to get around, like, you know, some of the coding and all that. And he's like, hey, you know, I'm gonna make it work. Like, we're not gonna spend a whole lot of money. We're gonna fix it up, but we're not gonna spend a whole lot of money, okay? Because this isn't a balcony. This is like, you know, fire escape. Like, this isn't that. This is this. You know, basically cutting corners to, like, you know, make the business profitable without having to break the bank. And because it is like, you know, Louisiana, New Orleans during like, you know, peak racism, this white man essentially tells Louis that he's one of the good ones. You know, he's smart and Louis, something inside of him snaps, because he's just like, I'm now dead and eternal, and I have more powers than I would ever even dream of. And I'm still answering to this white man as he tells me I'm one of the good Negroes. I'm one of the smart ones. I'm one of the palatable ones. I am, you know, somehow different, but still less than. And something inside of him snaps. And the way he describes it is so interesting, because he's just like, it wasn't about this man's personal offense to me in that moment. It was the fact that he was unfortunate to fuck around and find out tonight, and I had had enough. And when I say he jumps and kills this white man, I was like, what show is this? I'm invested. Louis, is this, we getting our lick back? Because this is what the ancestors would have wanted. I'm just saying, and I'm not sure what my ancestors would want exactly, but I definitely feel like this we could explore this. We could, you know, I'm just curious, because like, yeah, you a whole vampire now. What are they gonna do to you? Like, you could just said, I was just hungry. You know, I just need myself a little snack or whatever. But it was just interesting, because, like, I think what got me was also, like, the poetry of it all is also what caught my attention, because it wasn't just, like, you know, he was consuming rage. It was just the fact that, like, he even knew in that moment that that white man in particular was insignificant. Because, like I said, it wasn't him talking down to him in that moment. It was the sum of everyone talking down to him ever. And even though he was still taking it, he knew deep down he didn't have to. So what was stopping him? So he didn't hold back. He didn't stop. And ever since then, I was like, I need to watch this show. Because before, from what I understand, Brad Pitt pays Louis, and he just pays this wallowing, super sappy, super sad man, white man, who's now engaged in vampirism with Lestat. And he's just very woefully upset and sad about killing to live because he's a vampire. Like, he just big old sad boy. Like, big peak emo, just woe was me, I'm gonna live eternally, but at what cost, you know? And I'm just like, if you don't stand up, damn. So yeah, so like the movie, I just had like, you know, great disinterest in, because I'm just like, okay, so you're telling me an all-powerful white man is going to turn a very big sad white man into a vampire, and they're just gonna be sad and miserable together for forever? I am black. Like, I am done. I'm not watching this. Brad Pitt Louis was a punk. No, listen, because like, I understand like, you know, the whole killing and everything, but I was just like, you gotta eat. Because like, if it's not a person, it's gonna be a chicken. If it's not a chicken, it's gonna be a cow. If it's not a cow, it's gonna be somebody, you know? So like, I don't know. I did not vibe with this perspective, and then the whole, I couldn't connect. But the fact that Louis just like, you know, this modern take on him was him having moments of being like, you know what? Y'all keep talking down to me like I'm insignificant, and y'all have no idea that I could literally do whatever to you if I felt like it. And I'm holding back, but for what? So like, I can't recall all the scenes in the show, but there is one scene that happens very quickly, and I kind of knew this was going to be a catalyst for Louis and his like, you know, ultimate, I guess, like turning. Let's see, and I love Interview with the Vampire, but Louis, rats. No, listen, we're gonna talk about it. But I found it interesting how Louis never like, you know, plays this businessman. He has a brother who's clearly on the spectrum, but because, you know, it is, you know, 1900, black man who is clearly autistic. Or not autistic. I think he has some kind of like mental illness, but like because of the time and the place it was and everything, like, you know, there wasn't really like any like diagnosis. On one hand, I'm glad that they didn't give it a actual diagnosis, because I hate it when TV shows are just like, oh, you see this person doing this, it's because they have this disease, because a disease doesn't pop up the same way in everyone the same way, you know? So like, I like how they kept it vague, but you definitely knew the brother was different, and everyone had always said you knew your brother was different. Their father had passed, and their father was like, hey, you know, Louis, your job is to take care of your brother. That's my final dying wish. Nothing major, you know, just make sure your little brother is okay for forever. You're his caretaker. But like, you know, sister gets married, Louis keeps up the job that he has. His brother doesn't like it, but he's very much like, you know, hey, I'm a child of God. This is what I'm currently like, you know, latching onto, and everyone just assumes I'm just, you know, special. So at some point, something happens to his brother, because I don't know. I suspect that I feel like a lot of people have already, like, you know, discussed what his brother could have had mentally. But basically they see the sunrise, and that's his brother's final sunrise that he ever sees. And Louis couldn't do anything to stop him. So he finds himself wallowing, being sad, being irritated, being angry, being confused, and overall just like, you know, what do I do? Because like, he already had slept with Lestat at one point, not knowing what Lestat was, but like, you know, Louis is also like, you know, gay, but he doesn't know, because again, this is the brother. Wait, is the brother also a vampire? No, the brother is not a vampire. The brother is human. Louis is the older brother that's supposed to protect the little brother. Scribbly, welcome in. We're talking about Interview with the Vampire, the TV show, not the movie. But yeah, so like the little brother, you know, he goes, and why is the brother's last sunset? Oh, okay, yeah. So the little brother, you know, no longer with us. Louis having issues because he's like, oh, you know, he told me Lestat was a devil. He said, I'm doing like, shameful stuff because of the way I make money is bad and everything. And now Louis feels like he's being punished because his brother is gone. His mom blames him because his father told him to like, be your brother's caretaker, and he couldn't do that. So now he's at the church, right? Crying to God, everything. He's losing his shit. And Lestat decides that at this moment he's going to pop in, murder the church people. Tell him, hey, guess what? I'm a vampire, and if you want to like, run away from this grief you got going on right here, I can give it to you. Just a quick little, and you be better. Trust me. I hate Lestat. Because every time he finds him, every time Lestat talks to Louis, every time he engages with Louis, he is very much a methodical, I guess, vampire that is going to wait for like, the most opportune moment for him. And him using Louis', I guess, like clusterfuck of a series of unfortunate events to get him to say yes to turn into a vampire. I'm kind of just like, Lestat, you raggedy bitch, you ragamuffin. Is it good like in is it good in gay like the movie, or is it gooder and gayer? It's gooder and gayer, but scribbly. I told chat earlier, I'm gonna tell you again because my favorite scene. What got me to watch this movie, or what got me to watch this TV show, was there was a clip on TikTok where Louis, this black man, is now a vampire. This white boy, or this white man, basically tells him, you won the good ones, you a good Negro, right? And Louis really contemplates his whole existence, and he's like, how am I, a whole ass vampire, still accepting the role as a lesser than human being to this white man, to all white men, to every white man that looks at me? They keep talking down to me. And unfortunate for you, buddy, tonight, you have dabbled in fuckery. And you about to find out. And when I say he murders him, I was like, do it again. Yeah, no, I heard he called you a Nick. Usagi Fresh, welcome in. Also, Lex, thank you for the follow. Oh my god, it was such a good scene on TikTok. I was like, oh. And it was just so great because, like, I think what got me was the fact that, like, Louis was self-aware enough to know that it wasn't even just this man that caused him to snap. It was literally just like, a bearing down of, I've had enough. Even before he was a vampire, he's played this role of the good Negro. Now that he is a vampire, he is actually stronger, faster, better than every human around him, and he's still playing the role of the good Negro. He was like, I'm fucking done. And I'm not even, like, mind you, he was like, I am sorry that it is you, boy. But literally, your existence is so insignificant that if it wasn't you, it would have been someone else. He even says that. He's like, if it wasn't you, it would have been someone else. It would have been a literal, singular white person to talk down to me to get me to snap. And unfortunately, you decide to dabble in fuckery. I'm not even gonna say fuck around and find out no more. I'm gonna say, ooh, this nigga dabbling in fuckery, y'all. Let me go help him find out, like. But yeah, it was just that scene got me because, like, the movie, Flicker, welcome in. The movie, I was very over it when it comes to Brad Pitt being sad and gay. Like, that's all he was. He was just like, oh, woe was me. I must kill to live. I mean, that's what you, like, your whole people, you are a white man. Know your roots. Like, get over, like, this whole woe was me thing, I was over it. But Louis being black in the TV show, and then his moments of snapping, like, I dare say all of them are justified. Like, were they the right thing to do? No. Were they honestly, like, a valid response to giving a black person, the abilities of a vampire after they have decades of rage to process? Now knowing that they can act on it, and then actively realizing, hey, it's not you, it's me. And it's not just you, it's your people. You know what? I'm gonna just see what happens if I just kill. But yeah, it was a that scene got my attention. But Lestat, I'm talking about Lestat right now because like he manages to get Louis to tell him yes to turning him into a vampire because he catches him at his like, most down moment. His brother is no longer gone, or his brother's no longer here. His mom blames him for his brother's death. He done slept with Lestat already once, not knowing he was a vampire, and not even knowing that he was gay. Like he knew that he had feelings, but like obviously a black man in the South during the 1930s, absolutely, you cannot be black and gay. You could barely be black. Why are you trying to do more? Like no. So like he was already going through a lot, and Lestat took advantage of that and was like, "Hey, I can help you get rid of all these feelings if I just turn into a vampire." Doesn't it sound great than like what the state you're currently in? Also, just to add like, salt to the wound, I'm gonna make sure that you see me kill people. So, if you say no, I might just kill you too. There's no guarantee, but I'm gonna just make it seem like, I'm gonna just like essentially love bomb you while you're actively grieving and not able to process your feelings so that you say yes. So, massive manipulation. So he gets turned into a vampire, right? And I think what got me was like, there's definitely, the first half of the TV series where he is romanticized by the idea of living with Lestat for forever. He is, just like, wow, this is what life is like now. I still got stuff to do, but Lestat is just like, hey, you got to let go of like, your worldly possessions because you vampire now, and like if you go outside during the day, you're done. If you try to keep, close to your family, you're done. Your eyes look different now. There's a lot going on. I really don't recommend you having close human contact anymore. Like, you just need me. I need you, and you just need me. Let's keep it at that. Louis obviously like, no, I got a like, I gotta protect my family. I gotta, like, make sure they still get money and stuff. Like, I have obligations. And Louis, like, is, I guess, amused, or not Louis, Lestat is amused for a little bit because, he's still in the enamored new toy stage. And the reason why I really say new toy is because, like, Louis literally is just like, or not Louis, Lestat literally is just like, I'm obsessed with you. You're different. I want you. I want to have you. I want to confine you to, like, me and only me. Because I'm lonely. Nigga, if you don't get a pet dog, damn, like, just get something else. Shit. But, he does this, right? And to a degree, Louis is just like, wow, this is what it's like to be a vampire. This is what it's like, not have limits, not have to worry about stuff. Also, we get get a pet hermit crab, something, damn. But, Lestat also goes out of his way to let Louis know that, he sees how the white people around him treat him. And he's just like, you don't deserve that. They talk down to you. They think little of you. You obviously don't, like, you don't deserve any of that. So on one hand, Lestat is speaking facts, bro. He's just like, these people don't. They belittling you. They talking mad shit about you behind your. I could read minds. He called you the M word like at least 8 times already. So like, I think you should kill him. So like, Lestat got some facts. He's spitting truth, but he's playing a bigger game. I'm getting another dog later this month or next. Hey, congrats! Stitch Woman, welcome in. Happy time zone. Hope all is well. It's been a great day. Got our project finished. Started to finish second project and now working on the third. All cross stitch. God damn. I'm glad you're getting stuff done. Hold on, my throat. Y'all, 1 second. It's like hot out. It's hot inside. It's cold outside. A lot's going on right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, now I'm here. Oh no, not all over the floor. After my last baby croaked, I've decided it's time for a new kiddo. I don't like my house being empty like this anymore. I'm so excited for your new dog though. Like, I know for myself, like I've decided that I like having pets, and that when my dogs eventually pass, I'm gonna get a new one. I'm gonna have myself a little Viking party. They're gonna have a boat, fire, bows, air, everything, the full shebang. And then after I'm done grieving, I'm gonna get a new one. But yeah. So Lestat and everything, like, he's spitting mad facts. Like, he's just like, bro, they don't even see you like, as equal. And I feel like it's also interesting dynamic that this white French man is offering a black man the power to be above humans. Because, like, I feel like people don't, like, I feel like a lot of people, like, don't realize this, that, like, even, like, in reality, in modern day times, like now, I feel like a lot of people don't understand how much black people, I don't even think we want equality as much as we want to be able to be left the fuck alone. Like, yeah, some of us grasp for power, some of us wish to have, like, power above others and stuff like that. Like, I can't speak for the individual, or even for the whole, but, like, I know for myself, like, when I think about, like, dealing with racism and sexism, misogyny, and everything else, at the end of the day, I don't find myself seeking equality. I don't want to be my oppressor's equal. I want to be left the fuck alone. I want to prosper and have y'all not steal from me or like, blow my shit up, or like, so, like, I want my space to exist. So I find it interesting how Lestat gives, Louis this option to have power over people, and he takes it, but then he doesn't fully grasp it, but then he plays around with it. And I'm kind of just like, ooh, commentary about black men. Let's go. Theo, thank you for the posture check. Ugh. I missed past the conversation and thought we were talking about a human baby. No. I understand that feeling. The hermit circus start because the mother-in-law was like, no more pets ever. And then she brings home 2 hermit crabs. Oh my god. And I would say she croaked like a like an ass, but I don't know, I would lose my mind. No, honestly, same. Okay, my coping mechanism is literally me being funny. The darker and funnier the joke, the more I'm spiraling. But y'all, what am I doing? Oh, that's what I did. Okay. But I'm using my crochet hook. Okay, I was gonna say. So yeah, so I find it interesting that, what are you working on? I'm working on a cat. I'm working making Diana, not Diana, Luna from Sailor Moon. Because I've been meaning to make, like, all the heads for Luna for forever. And I've just been obsessed with making ruffle hats. And I don't think I actually have any more yarn to make more ruffle hats. I think I've used all the yarn. Now I'm sad. And my mom has always been against pets because she gets too attached. And now they have 2 pitties and she's talking about wanting a cat. Okay. Oh my god. The kids named them Oscar and Grouch. Oh, that is so cute. But what was I saying before? Oh yeah, commentary about black men wanting to wield power over people, and black people. Cause I think what it is, like, I feel like some black people, like myself included, feel like that equality isn't enough anymore. Like, I'm not trying to be equals anymore because there's so much damage that has been done. I'm not sure what gesture has to be made for white people to even catch up for what they have done to black people. So, like, I think at this point, like, I can't speak for everybody, but I know for myself sometimes my reaction now is leave me the fuck alone. Just let me do what I do. Don't fuck my shit. Leave me alone. I feel like that's where a good chunk of us are at. We want equity. No, that's what it is. It's not even equality anymore. It really is. We want equity. Cause, like, y'all have one hell of a thing to catch up on. Like, every time I see, like, articles about, like, oh, this person invested in 1842 and now that money is racked up. I'm like, how do y'all even pay? Like, how do you even begin to pay back what you've done? So yeah, I'm not in the game for equality because it doesn't seem like enough anymore. But back to Interview with the Vampire. But I hope so to take my words out of context. I swear to God, I will fight all of Twitter. But let's see, was it 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, I had to count my stitches. But yeah, so Lestat and Louis definitely, like, goes like, the honeymoon phase of their relationship where he's enamored. Louis is enamored by Lestat and how he does whatever he wants. Lestat teaches him how to hunt and stuff and like who to pick. He's not too fond of killing people, but like this is like I had this issue in the movie and I have this issue now because Louis being like, oh, I can't take human life, blah, 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 I'm a vampire, blah. This is so wrong, like this is somebody's boy, if you don't shut the fuck up and eat, like this, oh, the way I got so irritated with him all over again because he's over here having a whole moral crisis. And I'm just like, bro, you a whole vampire. So you watch Lestat do what he did in the church, right? And then you just thought to yourself, you just weren't gonna do. See, now if it was me personally, I would have been stacking. I would have been like, yo, can I get a 10 piece? Can I get like 6 4-for-4s? Can I get my shit to go? I'm gonna order in tonight. Like it's just I don't understand why Louis was just so distraught over having to live. Like somebody gotta die. Something gotta die for me to live, Hey Bailey, welcome in. Officially getting my haircut Friday on the 14th. I'm so hyped. Hey, let's go. We're talking about Interview with the Vampire, the TV show. Because I'm not sure if you're aware at all of the movie. But the movie came out like 1999, 98. Came out a while ago. And then AMC turned into a TV series. And they made one of the principal characters, Louis, they changed him from a white man to a black man. And it has piqued my interest. And I watched the entire series in one sitting. You never watched it? No, listen. That's why I was just like, ooh, it came out 1990. Shit. To be fair, YG's already Fresh, please leave me alone, okay? It's not my fault. I'm okay with surviving. But yeah, so at some point Louis does Lestat eventually gets like, really bored and tired of Louis, like, sulking over the fact that he has to, like, live. And I'm not gonna, like, as much as Lestat is, like, very much abusive and emotion manipulative and narcissistic and all kinds of fucked up, I was irritated too. I was like, nigga, you're supposed to be my soulmate. Now you over here sulking because you upset that you gotta, like, eat like a Happy Meal once a month or so. It is interesting because, like, I remember at one point when Louis being interviewed, he was like, eating an animal and all that stuff, right? I mean, he eats like a live fox because if a vampire eats things dead, like, they get sucked into death with it, so they have to eat like live things. But he eats a fox and everything, and the interviewer's looking at him like, ugh, that's disgusting. And he's just like, okay, and do you ever think about the food, like, you eat? Because it wasn't food, it was alive at some point. You're just distant from it because it's dead and served in your plate with sauce. And mine isn't at that. Mine is just like, free range. So, like, I like that commentary because I'm just like, yeah, no, like, we really, like, I find it interesting of our issues with morals and values on what we should and shouldn't eat and how a lot of people, like, think they are better because, like, they don't eat animals or something like that. I don't know. And I'm just like, okay, and everything is life. And life thrives off of taking life from something. So even if you don't eat, like, animals, you're eating grass or you're eating a plant or you eat something that used to be alive. If you leave it alone long enough, it will die. It will wither away. But because you have consumed it, you've consumed that life, You just found a way to, like, mentally separate yourself. Now we get into the argument, like, ethical, I'm not doing that right now. I'm talking about how people really make it a big old issue to eat something that's alive. I'm just like, and we literally eat everything that is alive around us. The only difference is that we found a way to, like, disassociate from the fact that it used to, like, walk around and moo or some shit. It took me 18 times calling the salon. Damn, they even pick up? And I used my dad's phone. They picked up. It's sexism. No. But yeah, so at some point Louis and everything begin, or not Louis, but Lestat begins to lose interest in Louis, but he's still like, like, oh no, you're the love of my life and everything, like, I'm your maker, blah 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 blah. And y'all, when I say the marital issues got bad, they got to the point where Louis and Lestat weren't even sharing the same coffin anymore. They had 2 different coffins, y'all. They panned to the room and you see 2 different coffins. And I was like, ooh, they're not even sharing beds no more. Y'all, they ain't gonna make it. They said I need my own room. Oh, it hurt. I was like I wasn't rooting for them because, like, they're a toxic relationship. But it's just the fact that they used to, like, the love, like, the initial, like, honeymoon stage of them sharing a coffin together, having orgies together, loving on each other, doting on each other, just being so enamored by each other, wore off. And now they're sleeping in 2 different coffins. Cut me real deep, y'all. Cut me real deep. I was like, Louis, listen, if you don't fix this. Literally nothing. I went in to them once. I was nice, loved my haircut, paid, did everything right, and I get that treatment. Damn, wow, yeah, definitely sexism. Imagine. Wait, why are they screening your calls? What you do to them? Not what you do to them. I feel like I'm using the wrong size crochet hook, but also I checked it and it's not. It just feels weird. I feel like after I stuff it, it'll, like, look better. Okay, yeah, it's right. It's right. My lizard fell today and scared the little shit out of me. Luckily, he's okay because he landed on carpet, but I felt like a horrible pet mom. No! I feel like lizards are really adorable, though. Like, I feel like lizards in particular are, like, pretty tough. Like, they'll fall, but, like, they'll be alright. It's just scary, They'll be real dramatic about it, talking about some, I'm fine. But, oh yeah, so fast forward, right? So Lestat and Louis are having marital issues, right? And it's so, I don't know why, I don't know how to even describe the scene, because at some point Lestat is just like, hey, I'm gonna just go out tonight, right? And Louis is just like, you're just gonna go out? And obviously Louis finds out that Lestat is, like, actively cheating on him, but, like, I'm also just like, bro, you guys are both vampires. You guys literally got together in a threesome. Either you don't know your man, or you're in denial. I don't really know what's going on here, but yeah. So Louis finds out Lestat is, like, actively sleeping with someone else, and he's just like, "Am I not enough for you?" And I'm just like, Nick, you are literally pulling away, and, like, you don't want this. You're trying to convince yourself that you want to be a vampire, that you want to be with Lestat, and this entire time, you don't want this. And every time Lestat does something, you think it's your fault. You think it's your issue. You're just like, oh, am I not enough for you? Am I not for you? No. You're not for this. You're not for him. You're not for anything. He just caught you on a bad day. Okay? It was my fault. I was carrying him. His hide. He climbed down. Just went, oops, going down. Not going down now. Then he tried to run under my bed where I had to pick him up for the first time so he didn't get lost. Oh my god, it scared me so bad. I feel like a horrible pet person let him fall. I mean, like, but he crawled up, right? It's not even like I did try to make him not fall. He just went, oop, bye. Oh my god. No, listen, I get that feel bad. I get it. Because, like, how could he? How dare he? Just whoopsie daisy onto the ground. But I'm glad he's okay, though. But, yeah, so Louis finds out that Sat is cheating. And he gives him a whole speech like, am I not enough? Am I not your soulmate? Blah, 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 blah. And Louis is just like, hey, we are vampires. We live eternally. So that means we could sleep with whoever